Hey everybody, welcome back to Ragtag Stacking. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 3 big things I've learned since I started stacking silver. So before I jump into the topic, I just want to take this time to thank the subscriber who helped me out with the intro video there. He wanted to remain anonymous, but for all of you that have been on my channel and watching my videos, you know that this one's the first video that has the intro. I'm very happy that he reached out to me. Again, everyone on this on the silver stacking community has been really great. But he was one of the first ones to reach out to me, and he's been great helping me out with everything. And yeah, he offered to make the YouTube intro video, and I jumped at the opportunity to have it done. So again, I just want to tell him thanks and roll into the video here. So when I first started stacking, it took a while for me to make the decision that I was going to stack. A buddy told me about buying silver in 2016, so I picked up a chunk here, a chunk there, some 10-ounce bar. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I never really kept with it. And then, around December, maybe early January, I discovered the stacking channels on YouTube, and it really, I fell down a rabbit hole, and it seemed like something that made a lot of sense, something that I could do. And then finally, I pulled the trigger at the same time, deciding to get into silver stacking as well as creating the YouTube channel. So I haven't been doing it for very long, but I have discovered a few things along the way that I didn't know going in, and I'm glad to know now. One of the big things I noticed was you have to narrow your focus down. When I first started looking at silver, I was in way over my head. I would lose hours on websites just going down 10-ounce bars and 5-ounce bars. Oh, look at these specialty rounds from the Perth Mint. Oh, but look at the low premiums on the Britannia. But see, the random year American Silver Eagles, they're so much cheaper than the 20. I was all over the place. I had no idea what I was doing. Anything shiny, anything that looked nice, I'm like, oh, that's going to the cart. I want to stack that. That needs to be in my stack. You know what I mean? It was a little bit of an overload. And then I started watching some channels, and the more I started learning about it, it was, you definitely have to set goals. And for me, it's the tube challenges. The tube challenges has helped me out a lot. That I'm focusing on getting, what depends on the size of the tube. Most of the tubes are 20, but I set a goal that I want to stack a tube of the Buffaloes, a tube of the Britannias, and a tube of the Maple Leafs. That's what I have going on right now. So that really, really helped me out. And it was actually Florida Stacker was the first one that I saw do it. And that was one of the things that clicked with me, was I need to do that. So narrowing my focus down to completing the tubes and narrowing it down to just a certain few coins and rounds, it made the decision a lot easier. And plus, having this method where once I'm getting close to finishing a tube, I get that anticipation again. I get that, I can finally make a new choice. I can make another decision. Do I stick with the Buffaloes, or do I go with the Sunshine Mint rounds? Do I stick with the Maple, or do I switch it up to a Kangaroo? I needed that kind of structure, because without it, I would be going all over the place, not worrying about premiums, just grabbing everything here, grabbing everything there. I want this, I want that. Here, it really helps to keep me, grounded on, this is what you got to do. This will be the best way to build your stack consistently. Just stick with for me, it's sticking with the tubes, narrowing it down to that. It has really helped me out, because I know exactly the price that I want to pay for each one. I can just check the spot price. I can look for deals when they pop up. This is definitely the way that I am going to continue stacking, is with the tube goals and challenges, because that has really helped me actually focus. My mind's not all over the place looking at the shiny stuff. The second thing that I noticed actually was it's quite difficult to find a lot of good deals in Canada online. Now let me explain what I mean. In the States with AppMax and JM Bullion and all that, you get the free shipping on orders over $99. In Canada, there's not a lot of places where you can get free shipping for anything that's under $500. Silver Gold Bull, I order from them a lot, and theirs is $299, so $300. Anything over $300, that's the threshold, and you get the free shipping with that. But since I live in Canada, there is no free shipping to Canada. Even if you meet the requirements, it's only for the States. And some of them, you're paying $21 Canadian for shipping on some of these ones. So it really doesn't make much sense if you're going to, just say you purchase one coin. Just consider that shipping just add that shipping cost onto the premium of the coin. So you just have to make that much up as well. So it's really hard to find any variation in where I can purchase that makes sense. I mean, I can always jump onto JM Bullion and AppMax, but I'm not saying that I can't do that. But as far as it making sense and financially making sense, I would have to be making up that huge shipping cost, and it doesn't make sense. So for me, sticking with Silver Gold Bull, they have a wide variety. I haven't been upset with any of their inventory. In March, everybody was low in inventory, and everybody had, they had the signs up saying 20 days, a minimum 20 days before your order ships, stuff like that. That's fine. But since everything's kind of gotten back to normal, and before everything kind of hit the fan, Silver Gold Bull has always been like 2-3 days for shipping. So they've been really good. But I thought that I would have, going into it, I thought I'd have, maybe a little bit more options on websites, because I know a lot of websites, they run individual deals and this and that. But still, it's very hard. As I said, even in Canada, it's the shipping. Silver Bull's the only one that I've seen that's $300. So if you want to get that free shipping, you need to get $500. You have to budget it for $500 per purchase, and that's quite a bit each time just to hit that free shipping amount. So the 300 is a little bit easier, and a little bit easier to budget for, I should say. And you know what I mean? I'm glad that Silver Gold Bull is one of the best websites that I've come across. But yeah, no, I wish I could take advantage more of the sites in the States. It's just, when you talk about cost averages, they'll just go through the roof when you factor in all that shipping. And the third thing that I noticed, and everyone else knows this as well, but I didn't really think too much about it when I was starting the YouTube channel and starting the stacking, was not being able to tell anybody about it. You know what I mean? At times I really want to talk to somebody about it. And the only one that knows about it is my wife. And, I've already talked her ear off about it. And around the third day, she was done hearing about Washington quarters and silver maple leafs. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things I never really thought of. And, it does make sense. You don't want to have your personal name out there. You don't want to have, I know a lot of people, they do have their face, and that's cool for them. But I know a lot of the YouTube channels, they do want to remain anonymous just because of the content of their channel, and it is quite expensive, and they want to minimize the risk of anything bad happening. Makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it's just something when you discover a new passion, you do want to talk about it to people, and that's why the silver stacking community on YouTube and Instagram, all that, it's been really good helping with that outlet. You just want to talk to somebody about it. You just want to get a comment out there. You just want to chop it up. You just want to talk about it. The silver stack community has really helped with that, because going into it, I quickly realized after the first day, it's like, oh man, I have nobody to talk. I don't know anybody here. I can't, you know what I mean? And it's That's why I want to keep it that way. I don't want everybody to know. But it was one of those things I'm thinking, I can't even promote the channel. I can't do that was one thing I didn't think about, was the lack of being able to tell your friends. You know what I mean? It'd be a lot easier getting the channel up off the ground, telling everybody you know, to tell their friend, to tell their friend, to tell their friend. It works on other channels, but for this one, that is not what I want at all. So it was a little tough, realizing, it was in the back. I knew about it. I knew I wasn't going to be broadcasting to everybody that, here's my silver stack and here's my gold stack and here's my name and address and list of fears. But, I never really thought too much about it. And then it's like, wow, it is quite difficult getting some attention to it without, using some outside forces that already to get some traction on it. But yeah, so those are 3 of the things that I quickly realized with the silver stacking, and they're not big. It's not a big deal. It's not something like, oh, I didn't realize this, so I think I might be done with stacking. They're more beneficial, like the narrowing your focus. As I said, when I first started, all over the place, but watching the videos talking about setting goals for yourself, that's really helped. And I have no problem sticking with silver, gold, bull, just because of the options. They're not that great on some of the other sites as far as your cost averages because of the shipping. And again, I just talked about the third one. Keep it anonymous was something I didn't think would be so difficult. But yeah. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope you come back for the next one.